Beloved poet Jane Kenyon, Ann Arbor-born, Michigan grad, Hopwood Award winner, was diagnosed with leukemia in her 40s, and she wrote about her waning days in her poem Otherwise. I got out of bed on two strong legs. It might have been otherwise. All morning I did the work I love. It might have been otherwise. I slept in a bed in a room with paintings on the walls and planned another day just like today. But one day I know it will be otherwise. Jane's poem encourages me and all the gifts God has given us to savor everything small, to cease my greedy strivings, to live in the precious moment until it is otherwise. When a 54-year-old church member tragically died several weeks ago in a car accident, I grieved the loss of this bright, gifted social worker and mom of two teens. I remembered her working in our church nursery alongside Becky Gaffney as a grad student. I remembered her in our campus ministry program, engaging the big questions with David Zalise and Ray Carr. I marveled at First Prez's place in her beautiful life. She was blessed to have found First Prez, and we were blessed to find her. And I pray that our special connection will bring her children some comfort and direction, even as they carry the agony of her death. This member is on my heart today, what this church meant to her, what this church meant to a 99-year-old member who joined in 1948, who died a week ago. I don't know if these beloved members pledged to First Prez or gave their financial resources. I don't know if any of you give. Our staff cares for you in every circumstance, rejoices and weeps with you, walks and talks with you, hears your prayers, your kudos, and your criticisms, regardless of whether you put $1 in the plate or make a 5-figure pledge. You don't buy seats on Christmas Eve, and you don't pay to play when it comes to prayer and care. I am a person who cannot see life but through the lens of death. And so when I was asked to step up and speak today about stewardship, it is this: we don't have to give, we get to give. And someday, it will be otherwise. When ordained, my mentor told me to pledge a portion of my salary back to my church. I explained this to my husband. We had to pledge something, and not just for appearances, because we support that which we love. No matter how much time I spend at church, this tangible financial offering was incredibly important, and we settled on an amount. Then I fell in love with First Prez. 25 years later, I continue to be in love with the passion and energy and faithfulness here. I love our beautiful building, the windows, the warts, even the boilers. I love our ever-changing staff who never lags in creativity and joy, members who saw food being wasted at Michigan Stadium and took on a Herculean effort to fix that. I love members who rescue school supplies from local schools and send them to the Philippines. I love people who moved heaven and earth to put a nursing school in Haiti, who tackled a pandemic without skipping a beat. I love people who bring jazz outdoor worship to our community, who give hours in committee meetings because the power is in the pew, not with the clergy. Joy and thanksgiving sprung from that love. I don't have to pledge. I get to pledge. I get to give my resources to help this church thrive, to grow in inclusivity, to work across differences, to make God's love visible in the world. I get to hear people join at Fast Track who choose to make this their church home. They don't have to join. They get to join, to think about what they can give for others to thrive in faith here as disciples of Christ. In my 25 years with you, I have never minced words, and I'm not going to now. We aren't that big steeple church that lives off an enormous endowment, but we live on what we raise each year. You give your time, your talent, and yes, your treasure. Thank you. We are here because of you. It's not what you have to do, but what you get to do. You get to help us now cross the finish line on our 2024 campaign. If you've not done so, please do make a pledge. For 200 years, we have celebrated what God is doing in this life and walking each other home in death. May it never be otherwise.